However, a lot of people out there are saying Kevin Feige is lying.
And then talking about this concept of Jonathan Majors fallout, the MCU hiding the facts. One of my co-workers, Den of Nerds on YouTube, decided to break this down, but he did not see what Jonathan Majors did. What was it, 4 months ago? And he kind of broke down his final interactions with Kevin Feige, as well as the open letter that he wrote to Kevin Feige.
You recently opened up about the letter you wrote to Kevin Feige.
Man, you are quick.
What inspired you to reach out to him directly?
I really respect the man. What he's trying to do is extremely difficult. He literally is the architect, you know, and he trusted me. My letter to him, I won't go into the details, but it was just to let him know, like, I know this is hard. And
bro, he acted in this.
I'm here if you need me.
Have you heard back from him since sending that letter?
No, I haven't, but
I would like to add that to this as well. Jonathan Major expressed heartbreak due to RDJ return. It's not just, you know, somebody got a job and I don't. It's the fact that Kang was the central story villain, and then Dr. Doom came out of nowhere, or so we thought.
Robert Downey Jr. was, you know, being brought back from Marvel to play Dr. Doom. I mean, it looks like he's replacing your villain, you know, Kang. I mean, are you hurt with the new direction that, like, Marvel is, like, going?
Yeah, heartbroken.
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah, how could, come
Oh,
on,
maybe.
Come on. Yeah, of course. I love him. I love Kang. I love Kang.
I mean, you know...
Dr. Doom is wicked, though.
Oh, yeah. It is good. It's gonna be good.
But he did say Dr. Doom is lit, though. So let's see what my coworker came to understanding about.
Like, I saw Bo DeMayo like have this whole big take.
And just to clue you in, Bo DeMayo, he was the writer of the first X-Men 97 season, which is kind of, it is peak. Most people who grew up on this type of content praise this content. He later got fired for mysterious reasons that never got confirmed. And this is what Bo DeMayo said. He was responding to Kevin Feige talking about the decision for Kang, saying that he realized Kang wasn't a Thanos, so he started to pivot early before the Jonathan Majors incident occurred. He says this: in 2023, I was working on season 2 of X-Men 97, who has Kang in it. Major was definitely who would have voiced the character. Whoa. I remember seeing John Wick 4 in March 2023 with a top exec at Marvel at the Americana movie theater in Glendale. The weekend, the news broke about Jonathan's legal troubles, discussing how Kang was definitely the gameplay and the studio was afraid. He is straight up lying. Variety needs to do journalism and stop being a contract PR firm for Marvel Studios' pathetic attempt at damage control. I believe that. He got too many facts in there.
Feige never mentioned Majors by name, instead calling him Kang actor, and at one point, the actor. And Feige said Marvel was already preparing to pivot away from Kang before Majors' issue. Even before what had happened to the actor, we had started to realize that Kang wasn't big enough, wasn't Thanos, and that there was only one character that could be that. He was that in the comics for decades and decades, said Feige. Because of the Fox acquisition, we finally had it, and it was Dr. Doom. Okay.
All right, this is how you're going to find out who lied or not. This is based off the Fox acquisition. When Disney purchased Fox for like $71 billion, right? That happened in 2019. Bo DeMayo said in 2023. So Dr. Doom was already owned at that point. Maybe they were still fleshing out how they're going to tie in all these characters and whatnot. Makes sense. Kang being part of season 2, X-Men 97, that kind of makes sense.
The X-Men are dead.
Because in that season finale, we realize that the team has been split up throughout time, and Kang is very much big on time, so it just makes sense.
And I want to explain what was going on. Here's the reality of the situation. I know this for a fact because I do this job. And there's actually a third version of how this all went down that everybody's avoiding. Basically, Marvel had already decided that they wanted to pivot into something larger, bigger, and more mass appeal for the Secret Wars movie. Okay? They had already started to talk about evil Iron Man, bringing Tony back, Tony replacing quote, air quotes, Kang. Okay, here's the difference, though, and this is what Feige's not revealing. This is what Bo DeMayo's not admitting. This is actually the piece that explains it all. There was a version of this where Kang was still going to be involved in Kang Dynasty, still bringing Doom, but Majors is not convicted, and Majors still is there and plays this huge part in how it's all going to happen. Now, the reason we know that is because the character that Majors originally played, He Who Remains, right? That is going to end up being central to the motivation of Doctor Doom. There was an original version where Doctor Doom was going to pop up in Secret Wars. This was revealed by Alex Perez, by the way.
And if you don't know who Alex Perez is, he's like a movie scooper that kind of focuses in on the MCU a lot.
Original version where Doom was going to pop up in Secret Wars because Doom had realized that he and the X-Men and several other Marvel concepts were kept out of the sacred timeline by He Who Remains. Remember, He Who Remains, played by Jonathan Majors,
This variant
was the guy that created the 616. He creates the sacred timeline. He removes Doctor Doom from the timeline. He removes the X-Men from the timeline. This was all going to pop off in Secret Wars. And remember when Jeff Snyder said years ago that his source told him that Doctor Doom was always going to be the villain of Secret Wars, not a villain, the villain of Secret Wars. It is very likely that Doom was going to come in Secret Wars, take over for Kang, become the real threat. Everybody bands together, stops him, resets the universe, and then Doom was also going to persist as a villain in the next saga. There was a version that they were cooking up, and it was years in the making. This version would have allowed Kang to continue to exist, and then boom, there would be a flip. Doom would come in. I know for a fact that's what it was, okay? However, here's what happened.
Crazy.
Majors got convicted.
I don't know. It's a little truth in every pudding pie. But the concept of Kevin Feige saying that he always knew that Kang wasn't it, Alex Perez, the guy who leaked all of this information, came up with a good point. He said, if you weren't that confident in Kang, you wouldn't have approved the post-credit scene with the Council of Kangs announced Kang Dynasty in 2022. The 2022 is after the purchase of the Fox franchise with all of those missing characters like Fantastic Four, Doctor Doom. He could have just, Doomsday off the rip. Allowed so many setups to Kang to begin with and have set the stage for Doom instead. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Unfollow, bro. He might know something. But tell me how y'all feel in the comment section.
No, what are you waiting for? Do it! Make your dreams come true! Just do it!